Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, or maybe good night, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Bintang Mahardika, and on this presentation, I would like to explore a topic that is deeply relevant for many EFL learners, or English as a foreign language, learners, teachers, and curriculum designers. That is oral presentation in English language classroom, especially the challenges and benefits they bring. So, through a review of several research articles, which is there are 10 of articles, I have examined how oral presentations impact learners, speaking development, motivation, anxiety levels, classroom dynamic, and assessment strategies. So each article offers a different angle, but together they form a clearer picture of what really matters when students are asked to speak in front of others. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. So, okay, this is me. Once again, my name is Bintang Mahardika. I'm a second year student in Syarif Hidayatullah Jakarta, majoring in English education. So this is our type of content today. Uh, the first one is I'm going to show you all of the articles content as one by one, and also explaining their benefit, strengths, weaknesses, and interconnection. And as you can see here, I use the airport dinner. It's only to engage, I think, to more enjoyable, more fun. So please take your seat and let's go on board. Okay, so the first article is enhancing EFL students' English presentation skills with a project-based approach. Okay, so the purpose of this article talks about how using project-based learning can help students in Taiwan improve their English presentation skills. Here, the author argues that using project-based learning is a good way to help students get better at giving presentation in English. Through watching TED Talks, practicing speeches, and working on a final video project, students had more chances to use English in real situations. And as a result, they felt more confident, improved their language skill, and were less nervous about speaking in front of others. So the methodology used in these articles is used both qualitative and quantitative research method to gather student feedback on their learning progress and experiences. Besides that, it also evaluated students with the task and final video projects to observe improvement in their presentation and language skill. And the benefit is we will understand how to reduce anxiety and improve public speaking through structured practice and fitness. And we will see practical ways to integrate authentic materials and scaffolded tasks into a speaking course. And we will also get insight into how PGL improves EFL students, speaking motivation and confidence. The strength on this first article is the strength of this article. It shows a good way of teaching by using project, real-life materials, and language practice to help students feel more confident and improve their English presentation skills. But there are also the weaknesses, yeah. This, that is, the study only involved a small group of students. So didn't compare with other teaching methods and mostly use students' own opinions, which is might not be fully accurate, right? And let's moving on to the second article. The title is Examining EFL Learners' Perception Towards the Difficulties in Our Presentation. So the purpose of this article is uh, it explores the difficulties that EFL students face when giving oral presentations. More precisely, this article is in a Cambodian university. The main argument of the article is that while many EFL learners struggle with oral presentation due to psychological, linguistic, and classroom-related factors, these difficulties can be reduced through proper preparation, supportive learning environment, and teacher guidance. The methodology used here is I use a quantitative research method by distributing structured questionnaires to 200 EFL students at a university in Cambodia. And the benefit we can get from this article is we will of course get insight into learners' preference and the importance of lecturer roles in reducing presentation difficulties. And we will also recognize shared struggles and learn useful strategies like using notes, working models, and building confidence. And the last benefit is you will understand common student challenges in oral presentation and discover what supports students value most. The strength of this article is uh, how it clearly separates the challenges, strategies, and the lecture's role, making it easier for reader to follow and understand. And the weaknesses is it only uses questionnaires to collect data, so it doesn't explore students' personal experience in depth, which interviews could have provided also. So we can gain more deep understanding. And the third article title is The More the Better. A multivariate longitudinal study on culture motivation and anxiety in EFL oral presentations. The purposes of this article is we will and it is explores how EFL learners' motivation and anxiety levels change over time while giving oral presentation. The main argument of the article is that EFL learners' motivation and anxiety are closely connected and develop in opposite directions during oral presentations. The methodology used in this article is use mixed methods, uh, combining quantitative surveys with qualitative open-ended questions. And the benefit is it offers strategies to reduce student anxiety and build motivation through repeated structured oral presentation like Becca. And it encourages students to see anxiety as temporary and shows how motivation and practice can improve confidence. And yeah, it supports the use of scaffolding speaking tasks while warning against overloading speaking. Strengths, it clearly explains various speaking activities that can be used in the classroom. And weaknesses, the article only explained the activities without comparing which one are the most effective or suitable for different levels or situations. And the fourth article is does oral presentation affect the development of the student's ability to speak in EFL classroom? So the purpose of this article is it investigates how oral presentation influence the development of speaking skills among EFL students in higher education setting. And the methodology used is use qualitative method with questionnaires that distributes to 25 students at either university. It analyzing their views on oral presentation experiences. And the benefits here is it encourages students to reflect on how oral presentation can build confidence, language accuracy, and fluency. It's also raised awareness of common challenges they can work to overcome through practice and strategy use. The strength of this article is the article includes clear tables and figures showing students' responses, making it easier to understand and resolve and student challenges. The weakness limitation include because of the small sample size and lack of interview. Okay, the fifth article is EFL college students' perception of the difficulties in oral presentation as a form of assessment. So, it investigates college students in white face during oral presentation use as assessment. The study focuses on three main factors: personal traits, oral presentation skills, and the role of instructors and audience. So, the methodology used is mixed method approach, like of 50 item like scale questionnaire completed by 494 students and instructors interviews with 10 instructors, and then quantitative data were analyzed with descriptive statistics, t-tests, and ANOVA, while qualitative response were coded thematically. The benefit here is it helps identify key factors that make oral presentation difficult for students. For example, such as anxiety, low self-confidence, and instructor feedback. And it emphasizes the need of dedicated oral presentation courses and unified assessment rubrics. And it validates common struggles with presentation and show that difficulties are shared. The strength here is it strong in its large sample size, with methods and without analysis. The weaknesses leaves visual enhance clarity and support the finding effectively. Uh, a limitation here is the study focuses only on female students from one institution, which may affect generalizability. General, yeah. Usage. And the next article is the oral presentation, an AFL teacher's toolkit. So this article shows a collection of pedagogical ideas, classroom strategies, and theoretical insight related to oral presentation and university levels, especially in Japan. This article. This is the methodology used is this is a practical reflective article drawing from the author's classroom experience and drawn from literature. The benefits, it offers detailed and practical presentation project ideas for university level learners, especially in Japan. It highlights the need for more focus on oral presentation in LT literature and textbook. Also, it encourages reflection and self-evaluation to improve future performance. The strengths, that switch in practical guidance, pedagogical reasoning, and adaptable classroom test model. The weakness, yeah, this article, local context, yeah, which is in only Japan, so may not fully apply elsewhere. The second article is anxiety in classroom presentation in teaching learning interaction in English for students of Indonesian study program at higher education. The purpose here is explore anxiety experienced by students in Indonesia's study program dealing with classroom presentation at the university level. So here, the authors argue that anxiety during classroom presentation significantly contributes to students' low academic achievement in English language learning. The methodology used is a quantitative research method, employing a 50-item questionnaire adapted from Mackline, Tree, and Gardner to access classroom presentation and service. So the benefit from this article that I get is it helps understand how presentation-related anxiety affects students' participation and learning outcome. The strength, it shows a good way of teaching by using project, real-life materials, and language practice. Our students feel more confident and improve their English presentation skills. The weaknesses, it's small and localized sample only. Only 50 students from one university program, which limit generalizability. Okay, the eighth article is introducing literature to an EFL classroom, teachers' presentation, and students' perceptions. Purpose. It explores how literature can be introduced in an EFL high school classroom and how students perceive different genres of literary works. And the methodology used here is quantitative method, And the benefit we can get here is it gives real example of how literature can be introduced effectively to EFL learners. The students use clear connection between student feedback and teaching strategy. It also presents practical classroom test method. And the weakness is its finding are based on a small sample focusing your class. So, like before, it limit the generalization, like generalization. And the ninth article is experience EFL teachers believe about feedback on student oral presentation. The purpose here is investigate the article investigate the beliefs of three experienced Chinese EFL universities teachers about how they give feedback on student oral presentation. Focuses on the nature, focus strategies, and function of teacher feedback. The methodology used is a qualitative case study method, including classroom observation and three rounds of semi-structured interviews with the teachers. The benefit, this article helps us understand the importance of tailoring feedback to support student growth, not just correcting mistakes. The slide is focused on oral presentation feedback fills a gap in current research. And the weaknesses, it's limited to only three participants from one research. And the 10th article is EFL, or the last, this is the last article. EFL students reflection on peer scaffolding in making a collaborative presentation. The purpose is explore how Vietnamese EFL university students provide peer scaffolding during collaborative oral presentations and how they benefit from the experience. So it focuses on behaviors like task sharing, feedback, and emotional support. The methodology used here is use qualitative study using reflective report and interview with 12 third-year Vietnamese EFL students. The benefit, this article is useful for us because it shows how students can support one another through peer collaboration. And the strength here is in identifying new types of scaffolding in our presentation context. And weaknesses, it's limited by small context-specific sample and reliance on self-reported. Okay, so the next agenda is interconnection. So guys, after we reviewing the articles, 10 articles, I found several strong interconnections among them. So first, nearly all studies agree that anxiety is one of the most critical barriers in oral presentations, whether it's students from Indonesia, Japan, Cambodia, or other EFL contexts. A learner consistently feeling nervous, yeah, especially when the class is disorganized, they lack preparation time, or they fear of peer judgment. So this is strongly supported by the article by Sulastri uh, Alno et al. And Wu, which emphasize anxiety's negative impact on performance and memory. Second, articles by Feng, Moonby, and Riadil show that well-structured presentation project with clear step feedback and peer collaboration not only reduce anxiety but also improve learners' speaking fluency, vocabulary, and confidence. So, this tells us that good planning can turn a stressful task into a meaningful learning experience. And in short, all the articles point to a shared conclusion. When oral presentations are thoughtfully designed and supported, they do not just test language. Uh, they build it. Okay. And okay. To close this presentation, also oral presentation in EFL classrooms are more than just public speaking tasks. They are complex learning experiences that bring together language, emotion, and interaction. So, me as future educators, we must understand that anxiety, motivation, and preparation all shape how students perform. And when we design presentation with care, offering structure, feedback, and encouragement, we help learners not just speak better, but believe in their ability to use English in real context. So, thank you very much for your attention, and I would be happy to uh, share any other things in this channel. I think. Okay, thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.